Hi, it's Jazz. It's the West Ham Minds channel. I'm at the moment on holiday for the long weekend with my boys in Edinburgh. Done a nice couple of distillery tours, some more planned. And yeah, I wanted to share this video, do a kind of a review of the great win yesterday. The great start to the season continues. We are top of the table, everyone. Played 3, won 2, drawn 1, 7 points out of 9. It was Brighton 1, West Ham United 3. We are massive. What more can you say? Before I do a deep dive into what kind of happened, I just want to summarise and say hats off to David Moyes, master tactician, great plan, every player playing for each other, great team spirit. I mean, those things are hard to find. You can easily splash as much money on players as you want, as you can see what's happening at clubs like Man United, but it's very hard to get togetherness, team spirit, and discipline, which this team showed in abundance, especially yesterday, really. And yeah, you could look at their stats and say they had 17 corners. We had 4. They had 79% possession against our 21. But what you don't see out there, unless you're at the game where you see it in detail, is kind of how disciplined we were at the back, how organised we were in defending for large parts of the game, snuffing at any chances they might have had. And then when you counter-attack, which we'll go into a little more detail about the goals, you do it in a really smart way and you don't lose the ball. You make sure you make the most of it, is what we did. When we had the ball, we made it count, really. And I can't ask for more. Absolutely great start, especially when you lose your captain and then you bring people like Ward-Prowse, Alvarez in, and they joined a team like they've never been away. The way they've settled in, and even Ward-Prowse, I mean, it's always easy to knock our clubs sometimes, but when things are great, then I have to hold my hands up. So hats off to David Moyes and hats off to the club. The way the transfer window's going, the way the recruitment is going. Ward-Prowse especially is mentioned time and time again. The way the club has looked after him off the field has made his job on the field a lot better. So if a player is happy off the pitch, you can see that on the pitch. So all these things are happening around the club. It's always good to hear, really. But in terms of the match, Ogbonna came in for the suspended Agard. Alvarez made his debut in place of Benrahma. It was a 4-2-3-1, but the difference was Paqueta was kind of where Benrahma normally is on the wing, and then looked like that Ward-Prowse, Alvarez and Souček were the 3 in the middle, and they were rotating. So usually one of them, Alvarez more than Souček, was kind of defending in front of the back 4, really. So yeah, play all 3, and if there's space and tactics for them, they can rotate that kind of thing. They can play 2 CDMs and 1 slightly behind like a sweeper, I think, and that worked really, really well. Apart from that, the team was the same. We went 1-0 up. Antonio did fabulously well. Again, hold my hands up. I have a go at this guy more often than not, and when I'm wrong, I'm going to say it. Great goal last week, and if you look at this goal, explosion, lot of pace, went down the wing, got the ball back from the defender, cut in, and he could have easily just had a rash shot over the, which wasn't going to go anywhere, or whip the crossing when there's no one there. That used to happen a lot, but what he did this time, he waited, he was patient, he held his head up high and waited for Ward-Prowse to join him, and Ward-Prowse, first shot was deflected, then it came back to him, and he scored. We're 1-0 up. And I bet he enjoyed that because there's a bit of rivalry between Brighton and Southampton. And Ward-Prowse continued an amazing start to his West Ham career. Assist last week, goal today. Going to be one of the best signings of the summer for sure, really. We did a great job on Minatomo, who's been their danger man a lot of the time. We kind of had 2 people on him, and we kind of snuffed out. Again, goes back to David Moyes, watching the Brighton games, making a great tactics, and that kind of worked a treat. Souček got injured after that. Hopefully it's not too serious. Benrahma came on, and he had a really good solid game. He had an assist as well, which we'll talk about shortly. But yeah, Benrahma was much better than he has been. Was visible, disciplined, and did well. And in terms of not losing the ball easily, and passing it to the right people, and he'd got an assist that we're going to go to in a minute, really. And that was after 58 minutes. Benrahma assist for Bowen. Great finish from Bowen again. That's his second goal now this season, so he started well. And long may that carry on. And then 5 minutes later, Bowen became the provider. He provided assist for Antonio. Wonderful finish again. It was just as good as last week's finish. Antonio's just can't do anything wrong at the moment. Like a lot of the players, they look even a few percent even fitter than they normally have been. And the other thing I was thinking, touchwood, I don't want to provide any curse, but under David Moyes, since he's been at the club in the 2 spells, our injury record is very, very good. We're very, very fit, very organised, and that's kind of highlighted more often than not, rather than the performance today, where you're giving away possession, but when you've got the ball, you're kind of making the most of it, really. Paqueta set up Antonio nearly for number 4. That would have been 4-0. Unfortunately, it didn't quite happen for Antonio, went over the bar. And then they kind of pulled one back, and it was 3-1. But then in injury time, and towards the end, Areola pulled off 2 really, really good saves. He did really, really well throughout the match, and it wasn't just those 2 at the end. He did make a lot of saves during the game, which I think is man of the match. And again, goes back to what I was saying, that I want him to have a really good long run in the team. The manager tell him that you're my number 1 for the next 10, 15 games, no matter what. That gives the goalkeeper belief, because it's a very specialised position. It takes time to form relationships with your back 4, and it wasn't fair on him that he kept coming in and out. That you're not really going to see the best of Areola, who has proved himself, was player of the season for Fulham. He can play in this league, and he has been earmarked to be close to being in the French squad all the time. That's how highly they rate him. So for me, great day for the fans out there, great support, and yeah, we're top of the league on goal difference. We're going into the away to Luton game. No game is easy, but we are expected to get points at Luton, so we could continue to be in the top 2, top 3. I think City perhaps will nick that spot when they play, but can't take that away after what's happened in the summer, But I think we've carried that European win, teamwork, confidence into this season. We didn't know how it was going to happen when you lose your captain, but hey, they look like they're not even missing him, or he never even played for us ever. And the way Ward-Prowse and Alvarez have settled in, and we're bringing 2-3 more players in, it's going to be a really good season. Much stronger squad, more camaraderie, and more options, I think, off the bench. The bench will get stronger once Kudus is signed. You're going to have that pace, power, incisive passing, and strength, and everything like that. And hopefully we bring 1 or 2 more in, and can't ask for more than that from the window, from the technical director, Sullivan. I think everyone's kind of worked well in the recruitment field and on the pitch. Hopefully Moyes gets a couple of assistants in, but at the moment it doesn't look like he needs anyone. But yeah, so well done to everyone, well done to Moyesy, great tactics, well done to the team. Keep that team spirit up. I think that's worth a lot more points. Sometimes, like I said, like Man United, you can throw money at it, but if you're not working together in the same direction, unify like an army, it's not going to work. And we were like an army yesterday. No one was going to deny us the win yesterday. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to enjoy my Sunday in the great city of Edinburgh today. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Take care. Come on, you irons.